Welcome to ABC Interactive English, and I'm Karen.
And I'm Mike, and we are still here in New Year's Eve. It's Times Square. It's great. Oh my gosh, there's so many people all around. Ah, what a big crowd. No, we're not. We're not there, but we wish we were. The writer of our story, though, they were there, and that's great because we can read all about it.
But I have a question for you, though. I mean, have you ever celebrated your not Chinese New Year, but New Year's Eve in Times Square?
I have, actually.
Have you really?
Yeah, when I was a younger guy, my uncle used to live in New York City.
Okay.
So we were there just after Christmas on holiday, and it was the evening, and I think I was around 15 or 16. My sister was
like
a little
long
older.
Time ago?
It was a long time ago, but we were old enough to go on our own.
Wow.
Our parents were like, yeah, okay, just,
It wasn't dangerous or anything?
No, I didn't really feel dangerous. There's so many police around and so many people around in that area of downtown New York in Manhattan. It's quite safe. So he used to live up by the Central Park.
Okay.
So we walked down from about 70th down to Times Square, which is, I think, 56th Street, 57th, not far from Central Park, actually, right near the museum district.
Was it very exciting?
It was exciting. It was a little scary because we didn't know what to expect. We thought it would be a lot more difficult to get in, a lot bigger crowds, and we just, we were little, so we just kind of squeezed around people. We looked like we know where we're going. People kind of let you through. Of course, after the terrible 9/11 attacks, it became much safer, many more police and all that stuff.
A lot of security guards,
Exactly. But before that, it was really easy to get in, and it was really just a question of, do you want to go out in a big crowd? Well, come on down because we can all do this. And so we all did. And
I guess you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, and I did get to see the ball drop from far, far, far away.
Wow.
But we kind of joked that we celebrated New Year's 5 seconds after everyone else because we were so far away. It took a little time to hear the counting of the clock and all that stuff. But it was good fun. So hopefully you guys can get a little taste of that from part 2 of our article about New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Thanks to the performances, time passed really quickly. Soon, the big moment came. At 11:59, the New Year's Eve ball began to drop, and the clock counted down from 60 seconds.
So we're looking at part 2 of New Year's Eve in Times Square, and we are going to celebrate, right?
We are. We're going to have a great time. Remember, we've already arrived very early. Get there at 6 p.m. or something. You want to get that good spot where you can see the ball dropping from, but there will be lots of entertainment and things to keep you occupied and entertained for a few hours. So as it says, as we start today, thanks to the performances, time passed really quickly. Well, yeah, it's true. When you're doing something fun, when you're enjoying yourself, you won't notice the time passing. When you're really bored and have nothing to do, the time will pass very slowly. Here, when we talk about pass, we're not talking about passing someone on the highway or walking faster and passing someone in that way. We're basically saying time goes by. All right, time passes. Time passes quickly when you're having fun. Time passes slowly when you're bored. When you're young, each year will pass, and it will seem much longer than when you get older, where the years pass by faster. So we're just basically talking about time doing what time does, going around and moving into the future.
Okay, well, let's continue. Soon, the big moment came.
Here we go.
At 11:59, the New Year's Eve ball began to drop. And the clock counted down from 60 seconds.
That's right.
Oh, wow. So that is the big moment that everyone is waiting for because they're going to have huge fireworks.
That's it.
The big ball drop, and you're going to say, Happy New Year!
Exactly, and that's what we're all here for.
Exactly, but I think it's quite special in Times Square because they have the big ball dropping. You don't see that in other countries, not that I know of.
They often do the countdown with the clock, but not the dropping of the ball.
Exactly, they have the fireworks, but not dropping of the ball. So drop is to let something fall. So maybe it's at a higher place, and all of a sudden you let it drop, then the ball is going to fall to somewhere lower, right?
Exactly right, yeah. So the ball, it's actually kind of on a pole. They don't just drop it and it hits the ground. It kind of goes down slowly, 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 and it's sort of following along with that clock, the clock that is counting down 60 seconds to 0 to midnight. What is a clock? It's just a thing that shows us the time. It measures time, it keeps track of time. We can use it in all sorts of ways. You have a little clock on your phone, you might wear a watch on your wrist. That's a small clock that you wear on your body, or you might have a clock up on the wall. If you're an athlete playing sports, you got to watch the clock, because if the clock counts down to 0, the game's over or something like that. But anytime you want to know the time, look at a clock.
That's right. And we have this thing, countdown. Everyone is waiting for that last minute. So we know what count is, right? Counting numbers is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But when you are counting down, you're counting backwards. So they will go from 60 and then 59, 58, 57, 56. You are counting down until you hit that 0, and that's when everyone shouts, Happy New Year!
There you go. I guess the only other time a countdown is that exciting is maybe when you're waiting for a rocket to take off or something like that. They'll do a countdown for that too, because when they get to 0, something's gonna happen and it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be big,
there
right?
There you go. Let's take a break and then we'll be back. I'm so excited! It's almost New Year's Eve! Ah!
With 10 seconds to go, everyone in Times Square joined the countdown. At midnight, the ball went dark and fireworks went off. Then, colorful confetti fell on us like snow. My friend and I shouted, Happy New Year! And hugged each other. Everyone was so happy and excited. I will never forget this day.
Welcome back, everyone. So we are waiting for that big moment to come. We are counting down right now, and this is the last minute, right?
That is very true. I am super excited. It's here in Times Square. Another thing we should mention is we're probably also super cold.
You are right. I was going to talk about that in New York City, right? In January.
We should point that out. Yeah, it's if you're there standing in Times Square for like 6 hours at the end of December, beginning of January, it's going to be cold, like really, really cold.
Maybe like minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so 2 pairs of socks, extra shirts, something under your pants to keep your legs warm.
And it may be snowing.
It could possibly be snowing. You do need to be prepared, but you'll forget all that when you get to those final few minutes before it turns 12, before the new year comes, and that's where we're getting back to our article. With 10 seconds to go, everyone in Times Square joined the countdown. And of course, everyone's going 10, 9, 8, doing it like that. And then at midnight, once we get down to 0, the fireworks go off. It's crazy. It says at midnight the ball went dark and fireworks went off.
That's right. And midnight, we're looking at the word midnight here. Midnight basically just means 12 a.m. It's the beginning of the next day, right? And we often hear midnight when we talk about Cinderella too, because she always has to be home by midnight or else all the magic will be gone, right? But right here, midnight is because we are going into the new year. So that's why everyone is so excited, right?
Exactly. At midnight, Taipei 101 will go crazy. The fireworks will go off. All of that stuff happens as it strikes 12 o'clock a.m. And then other stuff also happens. It's not just about lights and fireworks.
You're right. Okay, so then colorful confetti fell on us like snow. So what is that? What's confetti?
Good question. It's basically tiny little bits of paper This is a really weird thing when you think about it. Tiny little bits of paper you throw at someone on a special occasion or that falls out of the sky on a special occasion. I guess it's supposed to sort of make it really magical, like snow is falling or something.
Exactly.
But it's made of paper. Now, when would you use confetti? At a wedding?
Celebrations.
At a celebration, maybe at a wedding, right? As the people come out of the church or something, you might throw confetti. You'll see it whenever they have a big sports event and the team wins the trophy, the gold medal, and confetti is being shot out of these big cannons, big machines.
You're right.
And of course, in New York City, they've traditionally used confetti for many celebrations. Coming off the buildings, people throwing it out of windows or throwing it at each other. It just gives a fun party feeling to whatever you're doing. And then, of course, someone has to clean it all up.
That's the sad part.
That's not
right.
mean.
But I've seen people hide confetti like in balloons too.
Oh, yeah.
And then once they want to celebrate or something, and then they pop the balloon, all the confetti will fall
That's
out,
fun.
right? It is
Yeah.
fun. But you just don't want to be the one cleaning up. Okay, so the writer continues by saying, my friend and I shouted, Happy New Year! And hugged each other.
Yes.
So we have this verb here, to hug someone. So basically to hug someone is to put your arms around someone to show love or affection. You would often hug your wife, you would hug your husband, you will hug your family, your friends. Basically, you can hug anybody you want to if you want to show them that you care about them.
True, but make sure that person knows you. Don't just go hugging people on the MRT or something. And of course, the other thing we can use is this is also a noun. So I want a hug, I hug a person, someone gives you a big hug. It's all the same kind of thing. So everyone was so happy and excited. I will never forget this day. We kind of also skipped over. You'll sing a couple of songs.
Yes.
It's traditional to sing Old Lang Syne.
Yes.
And then in New York, right after, they sing New York, New York, the famous Frank Sinatra. They always play that too. And of course, the good thing about this is if you don't go, that's fine. You can still watch it on TV. I think CNN, the news channel, they often show it here, and it will be 12 o'clock p.m., lunchtime on New Year's Day for us. So
that's right.
12 hours after Taipei 101 goes crazy, Times Square goes crazy, and you can see it on TV.
So exciting!
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So check it out. If you can't do it in person, you can at least watch it somewhere at home.
And in the meantime, I guess
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, and see you guys
Happy New Year!
next time!
Yay! Bye-bye!
Thanks to the performances, time passed really quickly. Soon, the big moment came. At 11:59, the New Year's Eve ball began to drop, and the clock counted down from 60 seconds. With 10 seconds to go, everyone in Times Square joined the countdown. At midnight, the ball went dark, and fireworks went off. Then, colorful confetti fell on us like snow. My friend and I shouted, Happy New Year! And hugged each other. Everyone was so happy and excited. I will never forget this day.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 pass 动词，时间经过。Good times pass quickly. 美好的时光总是过得很快。下一个单字 drop 动词，下降。The temperature dropped suddenly last night. 昨晚温度突然下降了。下一个单字 clock 名词，时钟。I think the clock is a little fast. 我觉得这个时钟有点快。最后一个单字 hug 动词，拥抱。Can I hug you before you leave? 你离开前我能抱抱你吗？接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 thanks to 加名词，幸亏由于怎么样？我们来看看这个例句 Thanks to you, we are safe now. 多亏了你的帮助，我们现在安全了。下一个文法 count down 倒数。Count 指的是计算、算数的意思。我们来看看这个例句 The students counted down the days until the big test. 大考到来之前，学生们都在倒数日子啊。最后一个文法 At midnight, the ball went dark and fireworks went off. 到了午夜12点， 时代广场球暗了下来，烟火绽放。The ball 指的是时代广场球，这是一个专有名词，所以必须要大写。Go dark 指的是光线变暗了。Go off 指的就是烟火绽放，或者是炸弹爆炸。我们来看看这两个片语应该怎么使用。第一个是 go dark， 光线变暗。Because of the storm, the sky suddenly went dark. 因为暴风雨，天空突然变暗了。Go off 指的就是爆炸。The bomb will go off in 10 seconds. 啊，10秒钟后，那颗炸弹就要爆炸了。啊，拜拜拜拜。
Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jamie.
Today we're playing Guess the Bear. We each have 3 cards with example sentences where our vocabulary words or phrases are replaced with the word bear. We'll each have 1 minute to see if we can guess all 3 words or phrases. So do you think you can do it?
Yes.
Okay, well we got 1 minute on the clock, so let's start.
Okay.
First one's a verb. My sister bared me tightly as we said goodbye. They bared before parting ways at the station.
Could it be hug?
Yes, it is. Okay, your next one is a noun. The grandfather bear ticked loudly in the hallway. A broken bear is right twice a day.
I would have to guess clock.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Your next one is a 2-word phrase. Bear, bear, years of research, the disease has been eliminated. We finished the project, and it's all Bear Bear, our great leader.
Wait, so can you say that again?
Bear, bear, years of research, the disease has been eliminated. We finished our project, and it's all Bear Bear, our great leader.
Oh, thanks to?
Yes. Okay, you got all 3.
I was like, after
Still time on the
something?
clock. Yeah, I think you got lucky on that one. You got some easy ones
Oh,
like
okay.
the clock one. Come on, that was
I mean, well, okay, but thanks to is harder, right?
that was harder. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's
turn.
start. Ready?
Yeah.
1 minute, go. Verb, 1 word. 4 weeks have bared since I heard from her, and 10 years bared before they saw each other again.
Must be past.
Good. All right. Verb, 1 word. I bared my glass on the floor, and it shattered. And the roller coaster bears you from a height of 100 feet.
Roller coaster and glass.
I bared my glass on the floor, and it
Does
shattered.
it drop?
Yes, good. All right, next phrase, 2 words. He is bearing bare the days until his vacation, and I bared bare the hours until the tickets went on sale.
Not waiting for.
He is bearing bare the days until his vacation.
Okay. Is it counting down?
Yes, good. Yeah. He's counting down the days until his vacation, and I counted down the hours until the tickets went on sale.
Okay. Well, I think I'm also counting down the days for my vacation. So.
Oh, okay. When's your next vacation?
In a couple weeks, I'll go.
Oh, okay. So counting down,
I am counting down.
that's a lot of days to count down, I think.
14, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.